Hello, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here as your dean, having completed 100 days of the deanship. And it's been a really exciting time in terms of some of the achievements that we've been able to manage over this period. We have brought on and onboarded 4 new faculty members, really spectacular scholars and teachers. This is a great step forward for us as we look to move forward to the next level. We've also brought on an assistant dean of inclusive excellence and belonging, and she has begun her work in earnest as well to help fortify our culture of inclusion and belonging. And then in terms of reaching out to staff and to students, I've been doing a number of drop-ins with the dean with students and 1L fall lunches. I'll be following that up with some 3L spring lunches as well in the spring semester to really make sure that I retain a close connection with our student body. And we've also created a staff advisory council. And the staff advisory council's role is to represent the staff on issues of concern for them and to assist in whatever professional development we can. Thinking externally, we've had a large number of meetings to help fortify connections that we have and really build upon connections that we have within the community. So those start with example, the Dean's Advisory Board and the International Advisory Council, both of whom advise me directly. We've met with both groups. We've had initial meetings and talked about strategies and ways forward. We've also signed a number of partnership agreements with universities around the world and are leveraging those opportunities in order to attract LLM students to our program, to build upon relationships that allow us to travel to, last spring was Bogota, but to really build upon relationships that we can then take advantage of in travel on the part of our faculty members and our students. And then finally, there's a series of meetings that we've had with obviously elected officials, from the mayor to the governor to the chief justice, the clerk of courts, and the more, perhaps equally importantly, to law firms and corporations really around the city of Cincinnati. What we really want to do is make sure that everybody in the community knows how valuable they are to us, how important their work is in order for us to achieve our goals. That is to say, we're not going to be able to move forward on our priorities without the strong support that we have from the broader community. And we've really been very grateful for the kind of support that we've seen across the corporations as well as the law firms throughout the city of Cincinnati, and it's been truly gratifying. Just sort of say one thing, because I think that all of the meetings in some ways are meaningful, and as I say, the meetings with the external community have been terribly meaningful. I do want to emphasize that the meetings with students have been extraordinarily beneficial to me. It is important for me as the dean to understand from students directly what their ambitions are, what their desires are, how they look to move forward, and what their concerns are, what they think is working at the University of Cincinnati College of Law, what isn't working so well, what we really should start doing, what we should stop doing. And having those opportunities to speak, obviously with the Student Bar Association and the Student Leadership Student Legal Education Council, SLEC, are very important. Speaking with the affinity groups are important. But it's also really important to speak directly to students, which is why the drop-ins with the dean downstairs are so important to me, and I make a point of trying to go to have those twice a month, and why the 1L lunches have been really important to me, and I hope that the 3L, and I know that the 3L lunches in the spring will be important to me as well, because I think that without that direct connection to students, whom we are really all here for, the ability of us to move forward we're not going to be able to move forward. We're not even going to know which direction to move without that kind of connection. So that's been extraordinarily valuable. So in terms of how we're moving forward, as a community, we started with a SWOT. Maybe in my first week as the dean, we began with a SWOT analysis that was institution-wide, and we followed that up with a series of discussions. And we've come upon 5 initiatives that we think are are important for us to invest in, building upon and leveraging particular strengths we have to take us to the next level. One of them is student success, to make sure that we have a holistic view of student success from the very beginning of the student's journey, prior to orientation even, all the way through graduation and then to bar passage and employment. A lot of schools, I think, focus on bar passage and employment, and our numbers are at the top of the state of Ohio with respect to those. We think that's because we take a very holistic view. Inclusion and belonging and wellness are deep and fundamental parts to us of wellness. That's why we're going to have an embedded counselor starting soon for 2 days a week in the school. It's why we have an assistant dean of inclusive excellence and belonging. And we're really committed to the success of our students collectively and individually and collectively. Experiential education is another very high priority for us. We believe that as a college, one thing that differentiates us is the commitment of our students and our faculty and our institution overall to allowing students to have the complete suite of skills that they need in order to succeed. And so we want to make sure that we have the externships that are required, the clinical opportunities that are required, leadership training, which we're currently working on with the assistance of the Warren Benner Leadership Institute at the Lindner College of Business, working together in order to make sure that we have the leadership skills, and really honing in on making sure that when our students graduate, they're able to practice law from day one. A third priority of ours is making sure that we keep our centers of excellence as true differentiators for us, areas in which we happen to excel. Not only in the Ohio Innocence Project, which is extraordinarily important to our mission, the Jones Center, which is extraordinarily important, the Urban Morgan Institute, and the Corporate Law Center. We're currently in the process of hiring someone to come on board for the Corporate Law Center and to help lead it, and so that it can take its place as well among the panoply, so that we can offer to students a wide variety of different opportunities depending on their interests in particular discrete areas of excellence. We don't want to say we're good at everything, which is another way of saying you're not particularly good at anything. At the same time, we want to make sure that we have sufficient diversity in our opportunities to allow all students to succeed. Finally, I want to emphasize, well, two final things I want to emphasize. International education, building up our Cincinnati Center for the Global Practice of Law, attracting LLM students from broader parts of the world, increasing our international programmatic opportunities, and really making sure that we're a true differentiator in this space in Cincinnati, which really is a global city in terms of the number of multinational corporations that it has, and has a number of global law firms, and to really lean into that identity and that presence with, again, the support of the broader university. And then finally, to think outside of purely the JD space, we do have a very thriving, growing, non-JD online opportunity, the MLS, for working professionals who seek exposure to law but don't necessarily seek to practice it. We're looking to create concentrations and certificates in this space. The University of Cincinnati overall and the College of Law have a certain reputation and a brand and a market presence. We want to be able to draw upon that to provide these vitally important services to the broader working population in a manner that will allow them to advance professionally. And we think that we're well equipped to do that. As I say, the growth has been spectacular, and we're looking to continue that trajectory in the years to come. So I think that in terms of what has impressed me the most here upon becoming dean at the University of Cincinnati College of Law, and it's really been remarkable, has been the level of support that the College of Law enjoys. And this is across the board. So it may seem obvious that the faculty, the staff, and the students are looking to advance the College of Law. I don't think that I think that while it may seem obvious, I think it's actually notable in one important respect, which is that there is a tendency among many constituencies and other institutions to say that they want advancement, they want change, they want positive steps to be taken, and then when the rubber hits the road, to resist things. I haven't found that. I have found broad support for finding ways for us to advance to the next level, and a willingness to really lean into future trends of legal education and ways in which we can really distinguish ourselves as an institution. That support, it carries over beyond just the confines of the institution. I have been very pleasantly surprised and favorably impressed by the support that we've received from other parts of the university, other colleges who want to work with us, the provost's office, the president's office. Everybody wants to see the law school succeed, and everybody's really excited about directions that we're taking. And I have not found anything but support for us, and that has been really exciting. And the same thing is true about the connection of this law school to the community. One of the most remarkable and impressive things I've found, and it really is different than in a lot of other places, is that the University of Cincinnati College of Law is the law school in the city of Cincinnati. In terms of the number of graduates that it has working in the city, in terms of the connection of the legal practicing community in corporations and in law firms to the college, and actually I should say public interest organizations as well, to the college. In a lot of other places, there's competition between 2 or 3 different law schools, and that really isn't the case here. Whenever I go to speak at a law firm, the attendance is really, really impressive, and it's not just UC alums. It's also alums from other schools, but are there to support UC. All of that has been really, really impressive. I'm looking forward to building upon those relationships so that we can really advance our strategic priorities. We spent a lot of time this last semester identifying those priorities, finding a path forward with respect to all of them. As I say, we've sort of taken nascent steps. I'm really looking forward to the implementation phase. I'm looking forward to going out to the law firms and going out to the student body and to the faculty and to the staff and sort of reporting on certain things we've been able to develop, and to work with those constituencies on developing these priorities and taking discrete steps. I really do think that this is going to lead to the betterment of the educational experience for students. It's going to lead to a rise in our reputation. It's going to lead to a greater recognition of the special opportunities that we offer, not only recognition regionally, but also nationally and internationally. And I'm really excited about taking those next steps. So finally, one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was a little more on a personal angle. I have not only been the dean, I have been a father and a husband here in the city of Cincinnati, and had an opportunity to really explore the city. And I've really had a wonderful experience doing that. So let me sort of hit on 3 things that are really important to me. One of them is, as I say, as a father, I think I know Kings Island better than anybody in the city at this point. We've gone to that place quite a bit, and it has been a really joyful experience. The Cincinnati Zoo, the kids love the Bearcat, and they love the Bearcats as a team, and they love Fiona the hippo. We're going to go see Fiona the musical pretty soon. As a husband, my wife and I are big into the art scene. We've been very happy with the Center for Contemporary Art. That has been a really remarkable experience for us every time that we've gone. The fact that it's an Iraqi architect, our family is from Iraq, is particularly valuable and meaningful to us, the building itself. The Freedom Center, obviously, the Cincinnati Shakespeare Company, really, really wonderful series of experiences. We haven't had symphony tickets yet. We're really excited about doing that. And then finally, as an athlete, as a former high school athlete and a college athlete, as a runner, really, really enjoy running along the Little Miami River. And I love running in other places as well. It's hilly, so it creates the challenges, but I really do enjoy those challenges. Also enjoy the other sports opportunities that there are in Cincinnati. My daughter was very excited to be present when when Jill Hayes scored her 1,000th point on the women's basketball team, and regards her as something of a mentor. Well, I'm a mentor, but somebody that she really looks up to. So we got the women's basketball and the men's basketball, and of course the football games are a center around our household, and making sure we get out to the games and the kids get all dressed up in their Bearcats gear. So going around the city and seeing everything that there is to offer has been really, really meaningful and rewarding to us as well, and we're really excited to finally get a permanent house and really establish deeper roots in the community. And I really am overwhelmed by the welcoming that my family and I have received, and thank you all for extending that welcome to us.